Hello everybody, how's everybody doing? My name is Tyler and I'm going to be making some videos for you guys about basically my new life adventure, and that is becoming a flight attendant. Now, I have never worked for an airline before. I've never been a flight attendant before, so everything like this is very, very new and exciting and a little stressful and scary. So I want to make these videos for you guys to kind of get a better idea of how everything is going in terms of becoming a flight attendant, but also a kind of my personal experience to be able to share with you guys. So maybe a couple of questions or concerns will be answered or kind of showed in case you guys are in my shoes and you want to become a flight attendant. So let's get talking about a couple of things. First off, introduction about me. My name is Tyler. I currently live in Orlando, Florida. I've been living in Orlando, Florida for about a year now. I'm originally from Southern California, so I just moved out of California like my first time ever last year. And I've been born and raised in Southern California, and I've worked a lot of different jobs, but basically my main job was working in theme parks. With that being said, because I'm in Orlando now, where do I go next? When I interviewed for this position, the airline that I interviewed with does things very differently. A couple of airlines might do something similar, but it's gonna be staying away from your traditional, like when I flew up for my interview, I flew to Chicago. It wasn't just strictly a face-to-face interview, it was like a hiring process. So people were invited to go to this hiring event. There was 350 candidates. And so basically we found out that day if we were gonna get a job offer or not. Now I'll make a different video about how the process actually works because it's a long process and there's no short way to explain it. So I will make that another video, especially if you guys want that, because I'm sure a few of you will definitely want to hear how that went. But the unique thing about my interview process is that they were hiring for a couple of different bases for us to be working out of. So the three bases was Detroit, Chicago, and Las Vegas. So my preference was Las Vegas because it's going to be closer to the West Coast, closer to home. Also heat. I went from California to Florida, so it's hot and hot. So going back to Las Vegas, or going to Las Vegas, would be going back to hot weather, which is fine, I'm used to it. I wasn't quite prepared to go to Chicago or Detroit because I've really never been in the snow before. Like I've been in snow before, but like I've only ever seen it snow in my life once, and that was for about 5 minutes. So I wasn't quite ready to start learning how to be a snowbird. So I got the job offer a little over 2 weeks ago, I think closer to 3 weeks, and I didn't know where I was gonna be based out of yet, but I did put my preference to be Las Vegas. After a couple of days went by, we got the approval that like, cool, like all the paperwork is set and I'm ready to start this process. They did tell me that my base is gonna be out of Las Vegas. So I was extremely happy and stoked for that. What's the next step after that? So I start training down in Fort Lauderdale for 4 weeks. 4 weeks of training, which means I'm gonna be housed and living down there this entire time. Most airlines do the same exact thing in terms of training. It could be 4 weeks, it could be 6 weeks, it could be even longer. However, the same thing kind of goes. Training is not paid for, which means you're not getting paid an hour each time you're in class. You're not going to be getting paid like a month's salary. You're probably going to get $0, okay? Now that is just something what airlines do. It isn't something that it's illegal, it's just something that's set up because even though you got this job offer, you don't officially have the job until you are completely signed off and trained and you are a certified trained flight attendant. Just be prepared. Whatever you are doing now and you want to become a flight attendant, you have to plan that you will not get a paycheck from training, which is 4 to 6 weeks. Also, by the time you actually start working, you usually get paid the middle of the month and at the end of the month. So you might not get a paycheck until 2.5 months after you first start training. So keep that in mind. You want to save up some money off to the side, or you want to know how you're going to be able to get some money. Because this job opportunity came up so quickly, I was not prepared to basically not have a paycheck for a while. However, I really wanted this job and I wasn't gonna let anything stop me. So be prepared for that. Also, another big recommendation, whatever airline you decide to interview for or just any company in general, go to glassdoor.com. Glassdoor.com. It's a website that has reviews of how the company operates, how it is working for them, also interview reviews, interview questions, and they're from people who actually go through this process. Glassdoor.com also, they filter out any fake negative posts or positive posts, because you know how sometimes people want to upsell their company or they want to destroy their company. So Glassdoor does a really good job of verifying that you actually work for those companies and they are honest reviews. A lot of companies now also look at Glassdoor to make sure how people are going about their business, and they will act on that. So do your research on glassdoor.com for your interview questions and also for questions you have in terms of actually working for the company. After my 4 weeks of training, I might have a week off and then I'm gonna start working out of Las Vegas. Assuming I pass training, nothing goes wrong, which I don't expect anything to, but I can't assume that I will get the job. I just have to be very positive and tell myself I will get that job. But yeah, so if you guys have any questions about the process of being a flight attendant or becoming a flight attendant, this string of videos that I'm gonna be making is gonna be basically my personal experience of how I started becoming a flight attendant and also just how my personal life will be going and changing from that. So if you do have any questions for me specifically, please comment down below. If you want to see my videos, obviously like and subscribe, and the more people that want to see my videos is why I'm going to be making more videos. This is kind of just for me to help out for you guys, but if they are actually helpful for you guys, I definitely want to put more out there because I want to help you guys out in case you guys also want to start looking to your career being a flight attendant. Thank you guys for watching this video. Share them to anybody who thinks they would like to watch them. But in the meantime, have a great time and I'll see you in the skies.